There is no way around the hard work. Embrace it. I fear no one, but respect everyone. A man who wins is a man who thinks he can. When you're good at something, make that everything. You have to believe in the long-term plan you have, but you need the short-term goals to motivate and inspire you. I always believe if you're stuck in a hole and maybe things aren't going well, you will come out stronger. Everything in life is this way. Once you find that peace, that place of peace and quiet, harmony and confidence, that's when you start playing your best. I am a very positive thinker, and I think that is what helps me the most in difficult moments. My game is a lot about footwork. If I move well, I play well. The more I lose, the more they believe they can beat me. But believing is not enough, you still have to beat me. I have learned to be even more patient. The one thing you can do for sure is push the luck on your side. One should just be able to play a perfect game. I definitely feel there's room for improvement. I love tennis. I've always felt like this because it is such a classy sport with a great, competitive flair to it. Mentally, I'm not ever going to go away. It is always in my mind still that I can crush anybody. That's not an issue. But I think that is the same for most athletes. If you don't believe you can win tournaments anymore, then you can't do it. What I think I've been able to do well over the years is play with pain, play with problems, play in all sorts of conditions. Clearly, when you win everything, it's fun. That doesn't necessarily mean you love the game more. My wife doesn't like football, but she watches it just for Messi. You always want to win. That is why you play tennis, because you love the sport and try to be the best you can at it. My family is the thing I miss most on the tour. You can be stubborn and successful, or you can give it up a bit and change things around. For me, it's important to have a bit of both. I always knew I had something special. It's just unreal. I'm shocked myself. I've played good matches here, but never really almost destroyed somebody. You know, I don't only play for the record books. Success is a nice thing because it always means you've taken a step forward, and it gives you a sense of pride, which in turn gives you confidence and experience, a positive circle, so to speak. When you do something best in life, you don't really want to give that up, and for me it's tennis. Early in my career, I struggled with consistency, but I couldn't get more consistent than this year. I definitely need to use my chances when they come, because definitely there won't be many. Being a husband is for me as big a priority as being a father. I went to Phuket already, but would love to go to Chiang Mai one day. Sometimes you have to accept that a guy played better on the day than you. For me, I'm in the driver's seat. I'm number one in the world. I've won the last couple of meetings, and I've won the big tournaments lately. Whoever comes, I'll try to beat him. But it's almost up to me to decide who's my rival, isn't it? I'm not the kind of guy who wakes up angry. 1 or 2 years ago, I didn't know who I was on court and I used to swear a lot. But now I've learned how to cope and can therefore win 10 matches in a row. I want to be remembered as a good player rather than an idiot on court. Once you reach a good level in tennis, it fills you with a lot of motivation. I hope I can do it for a long time. You live during the match, and you have strong emotions, but you don't want to get too overexcited. My body's totally flat now. I cannot move anymore. I'm totally exhausted, just because of the tension out there. With all the injury problems we have in men's tennis at the moment, I'm happy to still be standing. Confident? Are you kidding me? I mean, please. Look, some players grow up and play like that. I remember losing junior matches. Just being down 5-2 in the third, and they all just start slapping shots. My favorite shot is always gonna be the forehand. It used to always be my favorite shot when I was young, so it's the one I've won all the points with. I had a nice dinner. I let the evening unfold, flow. I like to sit in a chair with a wine glass. When I woke up, I thought, why didn't I go to bed at 11? I came back at 3 and went to bed at 5. Sometimes I am a different character in different languages. I have different enjoyment from them. Sometimes different answers come out of me. Like, I didn't even know that about me. I get to know myself through different languages, actually. I used to do a lot of video analysis early on, but more for pleasure and looking at my own technique. For me, it's important that a fan can buy something that is related to me. Like in soccer, you buy a shirt and it's got somebody's name on the back. That's kind of a cool thing. When I won in 2003, never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would win Wimbledon and have my kids seeing me lift the trophy, so this is pretty surreal. And yeah, I was almost shocked in the moment that it all came together so nicely. But so far I have the feeling that the chances are there to repeat last year's season. I always had the dream that, once I became #1 in the world, that if I had a child I hoped I would have it early enough so the child can see me playing. I enjoyed the position I was in as a tennis player. I was to blame when I lost. I was to blame when I won. And I really like that, because I played soccer a lot too, and I couldn't stand it when I had to blame it on the goalkeeper. Watching a movie a couple of weeks ago. An American movie. I can't remember the name, but it wasn't even a sad movie. It caught me off guard. I was on an airplane. I don't mind fans coming up in a friendly, respectful way. That's all part of the fun of being a top tennis player. But if people take pictures without permission, particularly if my children are in the shot, I feel uncomfortable. My dad said if you become a tennis professional just make sure you get into the top 100, because you have to make a little bit of money. You make a living so you can pay your coaching and, your travels. I think it's very hard for coaches to work with me. They'll no doubt have a good CV afterwards, but at the same time they're under a lot of pressure. The serve, I think, is the most difficult, in terms of coordination, because you got the two arms going, and you got to toss it up at the right time so. I feel a bit awkward playing in a red shirt out at Wimbledon. But I don't dislike it. When I think of the Olympics I only think of good things. I think of what a great event it is and what it has done for me and my career, and changed my personal life, too. I had set a goal with my team to try and get back to the top of the rankings, but I never thought with the depth in the game this year that I would have been able to get it back so quickly. I'm as patient a father as I am on the tennis court. It takes a lot for me to get really upset, but sometimes kids can get you really cross if they really keep bugging you.